And we're live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the crossing guards and the school teachers, law enforcement personnel, medical field personnel, military personnel, barbers in barbershops, beauticians in beauty salons. Shout out to the AC techs. Shout out to the engineers. Shout out to the garbage collectors and garbage truck drivers. Whatever it is you do for a living, shout out to you. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. You're a good person. Shout out to you. If you're that kind of person for real, shout out to you. Here we are on this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday morning. Today is, let me look, I'll make sure. Today is December 2nd. Today, me look, I still get it wrong. Today is December 2nd, 2025. And we are happy to be here. We're feeling good and upful this morning. Nothing to complain about, even if there is something to complain about, right? Shout out to the people who said, SouFlo, where's the information? You're still not posting the information. This is the second video I've posted with the information on it that you don't know what I talk about, the registry information and all that. I put another video up this morning along with some story time on it. And shout out to the couple of people who said, keep it coming with the clickbait because it actually works. It's not clickbait, my friend. Clickbait on your topic is when you say something that is absolutely nothing to do with the video that you just put up. The two cousins getting married and having babies together headline is not clickbait. I actually talk about exactly that in the video, all right? But the video is up with all the information on it for those who've been asking and those who are interested. Now, back to our thing over here. So this morning, we have a couple of things to talk about. We won't be long this morning, but you know, sometimes we do get long-winded and carried away. I've been doing this thing for a while now, and there are still people here. One lady said yesterday, SouFlo, I watch you all the time. I left your comment there. She said, SouFlo, I watch you all the time, but sometimes you just need to hurry up and just get to the topic, or just hurry up and just get to the point. Please understand, so there is never any urgent point to get to here. This is where we chill out and we just talk about some things. All right. And sometimes a conversation start out talking about chickens and eggs, and next thing you know, we start talking about John Crow. Next thing we start talking about airplane, because them all have wings, and next thing you know, we start talking about growing up in Jamaica and what it was like, and it just go all over the place. I just saw things stay. Okay, so don't try to structure me. If you want that kind of structure, then I suggest you go to like a news station or something like that. Here at 7 a.m. this evening, we had a shooting at 173rd Street where two people were shot. They're on their way to the hospital right now. In the that kind of, I know that we do over here, so we talk over here. So okay, so if it make you feel some type of way, then I apologize, but that's how we do. Miss Goldie Robinson, big up yourself. Thank you for being here this morning. Shout out to everybody else tuning in this morning. Anthony Vaz, first one in the building. Miss Goldie Robinson is here as well. You the Finest was here, it looks like. Senior Sexy is in the building. Black Eagle, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Audrey is in the building with us this morning. Great Goodies is also here with us. Audrey says, please hit the thumbs up button as you enter the live. Please, it don't cost you a thing. Just hit the thumbs up button and say, you know, your good deed for the day is done. All right. Mervyn the Point, Jamaica Kerr says, blessings to all. P Niles 123 is in the building with us this morning as well. S Diva is here saying, top of the morning, no notification, a good thing me about check. You never get no notification this morning. Boy, them do it like that all the time, you know, but I saw it go. Where say all you to Audrey? Dorothy T, big up yourself. Thank you for being here this morning. I appreciate you greatly. Is here. Phone a ring. Answer some call. Live on the air with SouFlo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFlo. How are you?
I'm good, family. How you doing this morning?
I'm all right.
All right, talk to us
Um,
now.
PG here. Are you not seeing my comment?
PG. I just started at the top of the chat and I'm going down. I did say big up PG, so I must have passed your name along the way. But I didn't see a comment. I just saw your name there.
Okay. The second time
so I haven't
I'm
gotten
there and you always say that Anthony Vaz is the first one in, so I'm just wondering if you're not seeing my name.
Really?
Yeah.
So you were here before Anthony Vaz?
Yep, and this is the second time, so I'm just wondering if there's YouTube is doing something.
Okay, so when I scroll back to the top of the chat, that's the first name I see there is Anthony Vaz's name.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how they give it to me. I don't know. Oh, a lie. You are right there. And you said upment.
And this is the second time, so I was just wondering if my comments were not coming up.
Big up yourself. It must be my mistake because I scrolled back. So there's a message from the streaming app. Live viewers' comments show up on StreamYard. This is an example. Click on a comment to show this on the screen. And then I saw Anthony Vaz. I didn't see yours, but yours is there now in between that notification and his. So obviously you were the first one in this morning.
I just want to make sure that my comments are coming up. That's all.
All right. I appreciate you greatly. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, she actually was the first one in this morning. So Anthony Vaz, you're right there. PG was the first one in this morning. I will never see that. All right. So anybody else who we didn't call out this morning, you already know it's still love and respect same way, right? All right. Because we can't just go down the line and call every single name. Plus the scrolling is giving us some problems too. I don't know what that's about. It's buffering very slow. So I can't scroll down. All right, see there. Now I can see everybody at the bottom of the chat. Dorothy T. Latest says BM, good morning. Lovely Anika is in the building, says morning everyone. Miss Goldie Robinson says PG is first. S. Diva say, yeah, this is the second time for true. All right, so them in your backyard PG says the second time for true. My apologies. My apologies. All right, I never see it. I saw what I saw at the top. All right. I don't know, some I get all of my eyesight not too good sometimes. So wanna bear with me. Kind of like my granny with the phone. You know, I never really hold it against her. So grandma was hanging upon me all the time because when I went to Jamaica and saw how she was handling the phone, I realized. I used to call from the US and grandma would hang up the phone. I told you all this before. But we learned when we got to Jamaica that she had what's called, in OT, we call it intention tremors. So she don't normally have a tremor, but if she tried to do something, she develops a tremor. And the closer she get to doing it, like if you have to turn off the light switch, you don't have no tremor. This boy, old age have things forgive her, right? My grandmother had that. So if she went to go turn off the light switch, as close as she got to the switch is the more pronounced the tremor became, until by the time you reach the switch, she like missed the switch a couple of times before she actually hit the switch. Same thing when she went to answer her phone. She'll be like, somebody call me. And she pick up her phone like this, and she was supposed to hit the screen to answer, and she would go answer hang up. In the same answer hang up. Like that. Answer hang up. So she couldn't answer her own phone. And then she would be like, Lord, me hang up on them. Call them back for me. Then she would give us her phone to call back whoever it was, because she couldn't call them back. Right? So don't bear with me. I think all age are kicking. I don't know. But big up yourself, PJ, and thank you for being the first one in. Good morning. Carissa Smith, thank you for being here as well. Big up yourself. All right. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Hi, SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, family. How you doing?
I'm all right. Well, yeah, I beg you fix up that statement. The way you talk, said them a back up PG. Fix it up. Here, fix it up, please.
Yes. May I fix it up?
All right. Yeah,
all right. I mean, also you're a big PG defender. All right. We got a couple of things to talk about this morning. We're all over the place with it. Like I said, we won't be too long, but it should be pretty interesting. So let's start out with, we're going to go into some of what's been said about Noel Maitland in his trial and incident that happened with him and Donna the night before she disappeared, or the night leading up to the morning where she disappeared. Apparently the neighbors heard some things and some things that are going over there and all these other kind of things. We're going to talk about that information coming out of the Noel Maitland trial as the state seeks to get justice for Donaldson. We're also going to talk about big money and good news too. You know, Jamaica is about to record. We're closer than ever to recording our lowest murder rate in 40 years. That's something to celebrate or applaud. We're going to get into the details of that. And then, of course, the big piece of money that came in last night. For this live this morning, so anytime you go live, right, YouTube gives you the option where you can switch your location and put your location to either somewhere like, for instance, if I'm doing stuff on Jamaica and I put my location to Jamaica, then the live will pop up in a Jamaican setting. And then if I put it in the United States of America, then where most of the people who tune in are, then it'll pop up over in that setting and they'll be easier to access it because they'll find it there. Some people are saying this morning, I didn't get no notification. I didn't see nothing, but I still tune in. I switched the live this morning and I put it in Jamaica this morning as if we would be broadcasting from out of Jamaica. I did it for a reason. I was trying to see something. So if you don't see that many people show up like what usually show up, is because we switched the location and maybe some of the people who showed up can't find it. There's another thing that I'm trying to do on the channel. I have to clean up the channel. So we have what are called streams. Like you will have one stream that is highest viewed videos on SouFLoTV, and you can just go to that one stream and watch all the highest viewed videos on SouFLoTV. Another one will be like the stream that I made for my two sons, football brothers, and life and football. And if you go to that stream, it should be just all football videos of them. Then you have another one that'll be family vlogs and SouFLoTV in Jamaica. If you go to that one, it will be just all videos of us in Jamaica and traveling to Jamaica and around Jamaica and all that. And then you have the podcast videos, and it should be all these morning thoughts videos. The channel is not organized like that because I got a bit carried away and started sharing all videos on all of the streams. So now the video they mix up and up on all the streams. I'm gonna start to try to clean it up. So I want to know from now that when you do that for a while, things go downhill and then them even out themselves. I think it's time to clean up the channel so that you can actually go and continuously watch what it is you're into. If you're there to see Beer Jamaican video and us in Jamaica, you should be able to just click on one of the streams and then you'll go through all those, so on and so forth. So bear with me as a few changes happen, and you know, we'll work out the thing and do what we have to do and that. All right. What you say? Kaita Joy, big up yourself. Kaita Joy says algorithm is not algorithm in Jamaica mode. Right. And once you start the live, you can't change it. So we just have to work with what it is this morning. Okay? All right. So off to the first topic of the morning. Andrew Holness welcomes. I don't know if you all heard, but we went over this before also, where they guesstimated that the original or the first guesstimation of how much it would cost to fix Jamaica after that damage from Hurricane Melissa. At some point it was like $5 to $6 billion US. And then a week went by and then it turned to $7 to $8 billion US. And then another week went by and then it was like $9 billion US. I mean, I said, damn, the billions are climbing, like so them I talk about hundreds, right? But that's what it was the last time I checked. It was $9 billion that was needed according to our government and experts estimate to put Jamaica back on track to where it was before, or build back even better. We did a video that said Jamaica don't have that kind of money. And we did that video based on what our prime minister said, that we don't have the money there. That's out of our reach as far as coming out of our own pockets to pay for it, right? So how are we going to build back if we don't have the money? And then, of course, even the insurance that was supposed to kick in, that insurance, I forgot what it's called at the moment. Somebody remind me. The bond, the catastrophe bond. The catastrophe bond that was supposed to kick in was only $150 million. $150 million is not a lot of money in the grand scheme of things when you're talking about needing $9 billion US dollars, right? Turn around now. All right. Miss Lady, come in here for me tire up. So me tire up. Turn up. All right. What do you want me to do? Take it off, put it on?
No. You got to tie it over there first.
Oh, you tied to this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, both of them tied to these? Mm-hmm. Oh, over your shoulder I go? Mm-hmm. Oh. Okay. I thought they were supposed to go around your neck. A little bit of choking. You know.
Yeah, man.
All right. Now give me a second there. My turn dressmaker.
Mm-hmm.
Like so?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Move your hair. Okay. Where are you?
I'm going to do my video.
Okay. You want to figure the content?
Mm-hmm.
Our breast them full. No milk no start come out of them yet. Then I try to enjoy them before they full up of milk and I can't get none. Say hi.
Yeah, so.
All right. So over there, so?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. All right. So the catastrophe bond, she always do that. Me know me did I talk about the catastrophe bond. The money. Okay, so the money. What the fuck was I talking about? Somebody jogged my memory. We were talking about the money, right? The money, the catastrophe bond. Okay. Yeah, the catastrophe bond. The catastrophe bond. It's warm. It's warm here. It's super warm here. We still have nice weather. Aye. The bond. The Jolly Topper, the IMF money. Okay. The catastrophe bond was only $150 million. That's not even a drop in the bucket when you're talking billions that was needed in US dollars. So 150 million US was all the money we had. Plus them did I go give away a next 50 million from somewhere, which would have ended up being about 200 million, if I'm not mistaken. 200 million compared to needing 9 billion would not have been able to do anything for us. So, we were in a bind. Well, rest assured, the money is here. Snow today. The money is here. What you say, Mervin? JPSCO get all the catastrophe bond. Listen, Andrew Holness welcomes the multilateral support package of up to 6.7 billion US dollars to boost Jamaica's recovery reconstruction. So, what this is looking like now is 80% of the money is there. 80%. Yeah, the 150 million there, we're not talking about that yet. The 6.7 billion is what I'm talking about now. So money is on the table now, and a whole lot of it too. 6.7 billion US dollars. Remember, I know when this started out first, we didn't have a red cent to throw towards rebuilding, and now we have 6.7 billion. Let me say before I get into the information, so everybody is on the same page. I saw a lot of people yesterday saying 1 p.m., and other people were saying only because Andrew Holness is our prime minister why we were able to get this money. And I want them to know, and this is no taking away the man's credit or anything. I want y'all to know that it's not only because he is our prime minister why we were able to get that money. All that money is not money that was given to us for free. Okay? When you're able to secure a loan, you're able to secure a loan. And we have many outside interests and investors who obviously are willing to put some money up. And you best believe that that should be paid back. They're expecting something back in return. So nobody run around now and give him too much credit and say because of him why we get the money. And if it was somebody else, we wouldn't have been able to get the money. Whatever prime minister we had in place, we would have been able to get that money. But we got it, and it's looking good. So we're 80% there, they said, which is still a far cry from not even having 1% up. Now, Prime Minister Andrew Holness has welcomed the announcement of a major recovery and reconstruction package of up to 6.7 billion US dollars from Jamaica's international development partners, following the widespread devastation that was caused by Hurricane Melissa. You know, Melissa come through and mash up the place already and these things. The package was assembled. We're going to track it now, and this is a lot of money for us to track too. The package assembled by CAF, Development Bank of Latin America and the Caribbean, the Caribbean Development Bank, which is CDB, so that's CAF, CDB, and the Inter-American Development Bank Group, IDB. I'm telling you, all the entities that put this money together, and the International Monetary Fund, or IMF, which we are very familiar with. Those are four entities: CAF, CDB, the IMF, and IDB. These are the four entities that put that money together, right? And the World Bank, WBG, 5 entities. This includes emergency response financing, sovereign loans, some grants, and private sector investment over the next 3 years. Private sector investment, loans, those two. Grants, as you know, is usually money you don't have to pay back, right? Well, not usually you don't have to pay back. Grants is money you don't have to pay back. How much of this is a grant? I don't know. But let's get into what detail is available to us. Now, Andrew Holness expressed appreciation for this demonstration of international partnership, noting this coordinated support will allow Jamaica to recover stronger, to rebuild back smarter, and to accelerate relief to our people. Accelerate relief, to our people. Jamaica has a strong recovery plan, and the commitment of these institutions to stand with us at this critical moment will significantly advance and expedite our recovery. Anytime the Prime Minister says quick and swift response and urgently, and those words that mean answer now or do something now, I always look at him sideways because, ever since the hurricane hit, I haven't seen quick from him or urgent response from him kind of thing. But may I ride with the scheme still, I'm still riding with Team Jamaica. I'm still wishing us well and wanting to see and keeping my fingers crossed and hoping all the best. Me especially I hope so them not thief out the whole of the money, me not lie. And I have to say it raw like that because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that's thinking that. This is a hefty package of money. That is, you see, we've had money before, right? We've had millions of dollars before. We ain't never had no 6.7 billion, 8 billion, 9 billion US dollars. Just a drop power so in a one place. One time. I'm hoping they do the right thing with the money. So the announcement precedes a high-level call that Andrew Holness will hold with representatives from the international financial institutions to discuss the implementation of the package. Jamaica's strong disaster risk financing framework enabled an immediate flow of liquidity to address urgent response needs. So things are put in place already, obviously, where some of this money will be freed up immediately to get to work with it right away. Combined with the government's own contingency resources, the country secured US $662 million shortly after the hurricane. This is our next piece of money, you know. We're not talking about, let me get my pen and paper out. We're not talking about the 6.7 billion that is supposed to come in loans and grants and private investors. That's loans, grants, private investors. That's one piece of money, 6.7 billion US. Where now, then there is another. Combine that with the government's own contingency resources, the country secured another 662 million US dollars shortly after the hurricane, comprising US $37 million from the government of Jamaica Contingency Fund and National Disaster Reserve Fund, then a US $91 million from the Caribbean Catastrophe Risk Insurance Facility, plus another 150 million that was triggered from the WBG catastrophe bond, plus another 300 million. This is all US, accessible from the IDB's contingent credit facility, or CCF, and then another 42 million US scalable to US $84 million available upon request under the WBG Catastrophe Deferred Drawdown Option, or CAT-DDO it's called. That's a lot of money. My last track already. So that's another 662 million. They just broke it down for you where all that came from to come together to make 662 million. The Prime Minister noted that this rapid financing underscores the value of Jamaica's proactive approach to disaster planning and fiscal responsibility. To address estimated damages of US $8.8 billion, multilateral partners have indicated the availability of up to 3.6 billion US dollars in sovereign and emergency finance over the next 3 years. CAF, up to US $1 billion for government identified priority areas. CDB, up to 200 million US for resilient national and community infrastructures and small business support, 200 million US. Small business support, 200 million US. Small business support. Remember, I know, it's not every small business in Jamaica got hit to the point where they are hurting so much. But you can see how some in areas that were not hit by the hurricane could be affected by what happened in areas that were damaged by the hurricane. You know, we're being realistic. We're looking at it a real way. So I don't want nobody walking away saying, after nothing ever wrong with town, How you are try claim money when time your place never did blow down? But what if their resources or their supplies, their supply chain went through Westmoreland and St. Elizabeth? Remember, the bread basket turnover and mash up, So if they had that kind of business that depended on that area to funnel that into their business and no longer have that supply, you could see how their business could have been taking a massive hit, right? Right. So money have to go share up. So up to 200 million US for resilient national and community infrastructure and small business support. IDB Group pledges up to, not pledges, is given up to 1 billion US in sovereign financing aligned to areas where the IDB has strong technical expertise. IMF, take that, listen to words, and ask questions. IMF, Jamaica has requested support under the National Disaster Window of the Rapid Financing Instrument, or RFI, which would provide up to another US $415 million, and the World Bank Group up to another $1 billion US in sovereign financing, including budget support, guarantees, and investments in priority sectors. Priority sectors. The institutions are also providing extensive technical assistance, policy advisory support, and grant funding to ensure Jamaica's recovery is well coordinated and grounded in global best practices. Policy advisory support. You don't think you're going to take any of this money and just take the money and run with it and go do what you want, though. Strings are attached. We don't know, and I'm not trying to be pessimistic. I'm going to stay optimistic. But common sense tells you that nobody is going to make sure that you get all this amount of money and them not have no say in how the money are going to get spent. And, they're going to come in with their own suggestions. We on the outside looking in don't know if they will really be just suggestions or they will be demands instead of just suggestions. But that's what they're coming in with. Policy advisory support, extensive technical assistance, and grant funding to ensure that Jamaica's recovery is well coordinated and grounded in global best practices. To date, US $12 million in grant has already been mobilized for the IDB, the WBG, and the CAF, with additional support expected. So them Lego 12 mil already. Furthermore, the IDB group and the World Bank groups are working to mobilize approximately another 2.4 billion US dollars in private investments to support resilient rebuilding, critical infrastructure, and private sector-led recovery initiatives. The government of Jamaica has extended its gratitude to its international partners for standing firmly with the Jamaican people during this time and supporting the country's journey towards a stronger, more resilient future. Remember when we talked about Jamaica being that pretty girl? Jamaica being that pretty girl where all of the men them want to date her. Remember when we had that conversation? Jamaica is that beautiful girl, that beautiful woman that all the men with big pockets, deep pockets want to date her. Jamaica obviously had no problem securing that large sum of money. If for some other place, because we've seen other places in the world go through catastrophic events and they're not able to bounce back because they can't secure funding like what Jamaica is securing. This is the question I'm ready to ask though. Nance says, I'm curious to see the terms and conditions of this financial package. The terms and conditions of the financial package is something that I don't really think them are going to show it. But in the name of transparency, because that's what we've been asking for, right? We've been asking for transparency. We've been asking for accountability. We've been saying, follow the money, Jamaica, follow the money. It's no secret that we've been robbed along the way. Them robbed we at customs. I don't know which Jamaican never sent anything through customs before and never got anything taken out of their stuff in all the years. If it's even a one deodorant and a one new pack of underwear and something them take out of you something. So we get robbed there. We get robbed from our politicians all the time because a lot of time, a lot of these politicians get money from streaming down from the bigger head up top. Money allocated to do things in their constituency. Fix up your constituency. Hire some people. You know, cut down the roadside and build 2 sidewalk around there so and patch up the road and make the place look good and you know them run off with the money because there's no accountability. They come through and do a little pitchy patchy work and pocket the rest of the money. So Jamaicans are used to our politicians being, okay, I'm going to put it in a patois. We know so the whole of them are thief. Because that's what we grow up under. Them are thief, okay? Some thief a little bit and some thief a lot, but the whole of them thief. So with this much money coming in, we're asking for a level of accountability that has never been asked for before, that has never been demanded before, a level of transparency that has never been demanded before. We're not accused them of thieving this money yet, you know. Some of the money drop already. We don't see where it go yet. Because we don't see them doing nothing yet. But we're not accusing them of thieving it yet. They say they have a grand plan. According to the Prime Minister, Jamaica has a hell of a plan in place to rebuild. All right. Let's see how the rebuilding goes. But I'm still asking for that website to be set up where you don't use graphs, you use dollars and cents. Just mathematics, simple dollars and cents mathematics where we can track the money and see how much is coming in, where is it going, and how it's going out, what it's being spent on and how it's going out. I think our government owes that to us, the Jamaican people. Every government owes that to them people. Every government owes that to their people. If you're collecting money on behalf of your people, whether it's through tragedy and people are donating, or if it's a case of you having to take out some big loans, I want Jamaican people to understand that this is not money that your Prime Minister is taking out in his name on his behalf, and he's the one that's responsible for paying it back. And so it works. This is money that is being taken out in your name, on your credit, and you will be the one that is supposed to pay back this money. Prime Minister term can end in office, and him can skate away with 2 billion US gone. And his term is over, and he is somewhere in the world living his life, and you're stuck with the bill. You have to pay it back. It's kind of like you buy a car and you make somebody drive it, right? But the car is still in your name. So when somebody mash up the car, you're still going to be the one that has to pay for it. You could go argue with the person and say, why you mash up the car like this? Jesus Christ, we just lending the car. It's the same way as you could go argue with the Prime Minister after him take the money and left and say, damn, Andrew, how you thief off all of the money and gone left way? But that won't do you any good because the bill is still there and it will still need to be paid. You understand? So all we're asking for is some transparency. Not some, we're asking for total transparency. We're demanding total transparency and do it simple in a mathematical form. Simple mathematics, not no graphs. Not something where somebody have to go study some extra something and be certified in this, that, and the other. You know, like when you look at the Wall Street, the Dow Jones and all this other stuff going up and down, and half of we can't read, more than half of us cannot read any of that. That's not what we want to see. Don't overcomplicate the thing. Just set up a website. I'm actually telling my Prime Minister and his cabinet how to gain the people's trust 100%. Because if you're that transparent with this money, the way I'm saying, I would probably be out here in green next election. Yeah. I would probably be out here in green next election. If I look up and I see the website, and the website has all the money on it. Here is what came in as donations. These are monies that were given. And then here is what loan is. This is the amount that came in loans. All the loans came from this, just like you did right here, and told us the loans came from the CAF and the CDB and the IDB and the WBG, and you're telling us what each one of those are: Development Bank of Latin America and the Inter-American Development Bank and you know what I'm saying, the World Bank Group and all this, and you label it out. This one gave that much, this one gave that much, this one gave that much. This was a loan. These are grants. This came free as gifts. This is how much we've spent so far. This is what we spent it on. This is how much we have left so far. That's how I'm going to say. It's that simple. Anyhow, he's able to do that. And I'm able to see us recovered or recovering at an impressive pace and rebuilding even better than before. You might see me over here in green. Remember, I know we don't do this. We're not upon no party side. Right now, I'm on no party side. I don't have a color. I'm black right now. So put me on a party side. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Yo, Flo.
Yeah, family, what going?
Yeah, man, morning to your brother and people them in the life, you know.
Morning, sir.
Yo, you know, say, the same way how I sit here right now, I listen to you, you know. Remember, you know, it's like you're a visionary, my youth, where all of them something we here talk about, you know, you predict them from before them even start happening, you know.
Indeed.
Yes, man.
Indeed.
So right now, I'm just listening to you talking now, and it's like the same way how a lady did come on and talk about brown girl in the ring thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, man. You know, see how it appeared now.
Yeah, that's
And
why I
just
love
like
my
you said,
audience too, you know, because boy, them contribution does make everything brighter and more understandable for everybody, you know.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So it's like from way out before, right after the hurricane, and then one night time you come on and you use that quote there, follow the money.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, man.
Mm-hmm.
You still see that period, and we can't deny, because that's what you see them boy they come out the other day and they come talk about with him cussing and ranting like some girl, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Shame on him, shame.
They're well aware that we're asking for, we're demanding a level of transparency. You know, That's why you hear me talking in circles. More people don't understand more why I'm talking circles, but I talk in circles to make things extremely clear, like even a child could get it. That way you're not confused when you walk away. You know what I mean?
Because look, look, like we said, the way how you present things, I'm telling you.
Yes, sir.
Even when you use the term spreadsheet, you see what I'm saying? Have the website where people can go and see how the money I spend, my youth.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So when time the clowns them where I follow for him lead is like what them not do, them not study them something, them, you know?
Yeah, don't put it in a no cryptic language. Don't put it in no complicated manner where the average person can't understand it, because we never go to university and learn stocks and bonds and trading. Put it in simple mathematics.
Yes, man. So people can see it.
Right.
And see everything where the money is spent for.
Yes.
Yes, man. I tell you. So everything where you talk about you, what I play out. And at the same way, we watch everything unfold, you know?
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have to track the money, bro. Or we have to keep on demanding the transparency. Because we have to go pay it back, you know.
That may talk about.
That's what I want Jamaica understand. Say them can rejoice now when them hear how much billions is coming in US dollars, but they better understand that is them have to go pay it back.
Because even yesterday when I talk about when you come on and you tell people, say, yo, we have to watch we have to watch and listen to current affairs, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because that is what's gonna keep us on track of everything that's going on. You know what I mean? Not because we have run this side doesn't mean that we ain't knowing what's going on over there. We probably know more what's going on over there than who's even there.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And it affects you. It affects your life.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it affects your life. So it's only wise for us to stay up to date with current events that are taking place around us. We live here.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, up here, so we have these two sides, Democrats and Republicans.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter who is in power, you know, my youth. When things are going on, people don't see it's not right, you know. Everybody start lick out, you know. It don't matter which side it is.
Right.
You know? So right now,
except for the ones who are like extremely die-hearted, and no matter what, that like some people will go to hell in a handbasket with whoever they choose as. But we can see that a lot of people are willing to switch sides quickly if what they voted for is not what they're getting.
No.
Yeah.
And they know. They know they rather die with what's going on. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. But like we say, just keep doing what you're doing, man. And like I said, who you know, like listen to intellectual stuff and wanna be aware and stay aware of stuff. Them are the one where we are. We listen to what I say. Or if the other ones them don't know, why we check out stuff for themselves. Because like I said, a lot of these things where you talk about, we just see them unfold just like that.
True.
Yeah.
All right, my brother.
Yeah, man, but me there I go and listen. So
manners and respect, yes?
Yes, man. Blessing.
Blessing. All right. Yeah. So again, all we're asking for is complete transparency. That's it. And I could talk directly to our Prime Minister, right? I have pretty much know that they be watching these videos. Listen, anywhere your name is called, you tend to pay attention there. Even if you don't sit down and watch the video, the people them around you who are a part of your team, your cabinet, have your best interests at heart, whatever, they watch these videos. So they will be able to say, boy, you know, that one day pressure we hard, you know. And if you hear some things them talk about you this morning, you in particular, because you're at the head of it, is like him live by your name, boy. And, you know, even if he's the kind of person who is like, okay, me don't want to hear it, me don't care, the people around them will hear it and know, right? So I want the Jamaican people to know, and the people who are in positions of power to know, that the Jamaican people are waking up, and I want the Jamaican people to know that this big amount of money, it look good, and we need it, because we're in a bind, all right? The pretty girl, Jamaica, was able to still flash her beautiful smile, and all the fat pocket guys came running, and out of nowhere, we have $6.7 billion US sitting on the table already, and that's not it yet. There is more to come, right? We just want the people to know, though, that any part of this that is a loan, it was borrowed in your name, on your credit, and you're the one that's going to be paying it back. How do you pay it back, you ask? Because I know someone are going to say, I don't have nothing to worry about, because them not take no money from me. Me not have to pay back nothing, and them have to go pay it back. No, you are going to pay it back. When you see taxes start go up, when you see your cost of living reach a level where it has strangled you, that's you paying it back. When you see them can't come down off of everything, and you see your wages stagnant, but cost of living keep rising, and you're barely able to keep your head above water, that's you paying it back, okay? One way or another, you're going to pay this money back. So remember that. All right. Well, you said she did not show her emotion. There's a brown girl in the ring. Cha la 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 la. There's that boy, Jamaica, I love you. I love Jamaica in a sense where you could actually, you know that song that Chronics have? Smile Jamaica. Smile, just smile. Smile for me, Jamaica. Yeah. Never you cry, dry your eyes. And he was talking to Jamaica in the song like, Jamaica is this beautiful girl, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, I know so you've been through a lot and everything, but keep your spirits up, man, and just smile. Smile for me, Jamaica, kind of thing. We can't look on Jamaica like that. But if you really think about it, the analogy is so accurate. Like Jamaica is this beautiful woman. For all she has produced and all she has given to the world, she stands out in everybody's mind. She stands out in everybody's mind. So, of course, right? It's just like the other day when the brother did that said, everybody is acting like nothing happened over in Haiti or nothing happened in these other places when they all got hit the same time. Jamaica got hit. Like, put some attention over here too. You know, it rubbed a lot of Jamaicans the wrong way because they were like, sir, hello, we don't want to hear nothing about nobody else right now. I understand what you say still, but we're hurting. So we need Philly players fix up first before we can ball for Uno at the same time, right? If you notice though, it was like everybody was running to Jamaica. We even forgot that other places got hit. We forgot other places got hit. And we had to come on here and say, keep your sister island Haiti in your prayers, keep Cuba in your prayers, keep some other places will get hit. We can't remember it. So I say keep them in your prayers because it looks like the world came down for Jamaica. When I heard Donald say over 350 cargo planes landed in Jamaica, packed with aid. That was him trying to tell Buju, say, you know, nobody complained about anything missing. But in that, he did give out the information that it was over 350. At that time, when him said 350, you know, remember how much me did tell him? Go back and watch the video. I told you 77. Because that's how much he said in the first 2 days of the plane, or the first 24 hours of the plane to 48 hours, I believe, of the plane starting to come into Jamaica after the hurricane and them open up the airport. He was standing on the tarmac and he said, we have 77 planes that have landed so far, full of cargo, and we have a lot more to come. So I stuck with the number 77 because that's what he said. Not realizing, say, 77 gone a long time because they care that much. Everybody has sent them stuff. Jamaica is in, I don't know if some of you who are well-traveled, you can relate to what I'm saying. Every place that I've been on the face of this earth, once them realize that me a Jamaican, you see, I'm in everybody's good graces. Just in that, they're impressed by you. Them want to hear how you talk. Them want to see if you can dance to the music like how them see Jamaican people them a dance. Them want to know which part the food place them there, where you going to hang out. They just want to be a part of your vibe. It has been like that for every single place I've been. Every organization I've been involved with. Every part of the earth I've been to. So Jamaicans, I keep on telling y'all, man, we are that. We are every bit of that. We be forgetting who we are, you know? And it's beautiful to see in a time like this, when we get hurt like this, that the world came out. The world came out. I never thought 300 plus planes landed. That's crazy. I want you to just think in your mind and think 300, 350 plus, because there have been more since he said that have landed with tons and tons of aid. When I beat Andrew this morning and talk about how him not giving out the stuff and him a set up him voucher or something, we know that that's there. But I know that's what I talk about this morning. I'm talking to the spirit of Jamaica this morning. I'm talking to our strength that is recognized globally. I'm talking to our resiliency that is recognized globally. I'm talking to our beauty that is recognized globally. Jamaica. And that's why it is for all of who you are, Jamaica, why everybody just run down so. Because, listen, people in France, Germany, Italy, Spain, them here, Jamaica get hit hard. And they're like, oh my God, no. Jamaica, especially the ones who've been to Jamaica, I want to understand something. You see, when them people here come to Jamaica, majority of them are not rich, you know. It's just a perception that we have. Pale-skinned foreigners, them rich. We live among them, so we know. Majority of them ain't rich. They've been saving for a long time and working hard and I put their money together. And you are on their bucket list, Jamaica. You're on the place. And then you have those who make it a point to go every other year or every 2 years or every 3 years. I must save up their money for reach up. Oh man, have you ever been to Jamaica? Oh my gosh, I have to go back. So there I was, right? I'm on the beach. I forgot where it was. I think it was in Montego Bay. And I was having a cold red stripe and it was like not even midday yet. And the water was so warm. And that food, you can smell the spices and the herbs and the this and the that from everywhere. I just saw them talk about you know, you have to understand, say you are romanticized in their mind. You are part of their fantasy. And if they've been there before, they want to go back. I've never met a foreigner who been to Jamaica before and never want to go back. Never. Even the ones that went there and had a bad experience, they want to go back. Them just want to go one different place than what them experienced before. You know what I'm saying? But so Jamaica, you're all of that and then some. And that is what brought all that help to you. It's not about who is in power that brought all that help to you. It's a long storyline history of who you are from back then till now. That's all of your makeup is what brought all this to you. For all you've produced for the rest of the world, that brought this to you. We are every time people talk about the Caribbean, we're the first person anybody think of across the world. Just go anywhere in the world and say, Caribbean. Where are you from? I'm from the Caribbean. Just say that. I'm from the Caribbean. Watch their first answer to you will be, oh, like Jamaica, right? You mean Jamaica? They never say, and no disrespect to any of my other Caribbean islands. I love y'all, right? We're one big family, but I just saw the thing set in our real life. And I know you probably over there saying all kinds of stuff. Especially if you're super patriotic, you're probably saying all kinds of stuff. Oh, yes, boy, move your mother's cunt, boy. I know you say probably all kinds of stuff, but I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth. You know it too. You're from the Caribbean. Where are you from? I hear an accent. I say I'm from the Caribbean. Oh, Jamaica. I mean, I could have been from Antigua and Barbuda. I could have been from Guyana, Grenada. I could have been from, you know, anywhere else. But you said Jamaica. They will always say Jamaica. You are at the forefront of everybody's mind because of the greatness that has come out of your place. And not because of nothing bad. Well, I'm not lying because of that too. It's because of that too. It's because of the badness too. Yeah, because the badness is different too. And it's nothing to brag about, but it's true. You've laid down foundation all across the world. I have never been anywhere across the world where I didn't see other Jamaicans there. That amazed me doing my years in the U.S. Army. Because every which part me go, I tell myself, say, boy, we up in a them people a place. And then, boom, out of nowhere, me hear some reggae music a play. You know, reggae music always gets your attention, especially when you're traveling overseas. Because you say, I wonder who that I listen to that. Because that I not just know Bob Marley, you know. Me hear hear some reggae music where some Bears Hammond and some, I ask you, who that? And you look over there and you're like, okay, the person that look like me. And then you go over there and you start talk to them and they must say, what? Yeah, man, what go on? You know, say, next yard man there, big up yourself, man. How long you there? And I say, well, I'm here with the U.S. Army. And he's like, really? All right, so I'm not too in the army thing, you know. And I'm like, you're here and you're not in the army? How you there? Where you there? He's like, no, man, a whole heap of there, man. And none of we not in the army neither. So I'm like, what? So I could have been here without being in the army? He's like, yeah, man. Matter of fact, Friday we have a link up. Where we get together and play a domino. And that's how it was for me. We get together and play a domino, you know, throw some chicken on the grill and jerk and them thing there and bust 2 red stripe. And what time? I can't wait to get off duty. And I'm driving all the friggin' way, 2 hours away. Figure, beer yard man, beer Jamaican, women, men, children, they intermingle, married in, have them picnic from the foreign woman, them all kind of something, set up shopping at the people, them place, them have them own businesses, and every single place I've been. Every single place. And that's the reason why when anything happened to us, when we buck with tour, I would say, ouch. The world say, you okay, Jamaica? You all right? Yeah. When the hurricane come and the liquid down, I would say, God, no, me need some help. You're here. Jamaica, we're on our way. We see you. You're going to be all right. Hold on, okay? And then, of course, our resiliency. See, Jamaicans are not a set of people that lay down and cry, really. We have those that do, you know, but it's not in our nature to do. We're like super proud kind of people. Jamaican, them are the kind of people where, although we don't have it, we go on like say we have it. Everybody would have think say we have it. That's why there's a lot of times where stuff happens that reveals some of our people finances, and people are saying, what rotted? Me no know saying them broke. Me not think so the man did rich. Like, cause that's how we stay. We just boast for nothing. And it's just the Jamaican in us. Don't make nobody feel like them more than you. Yeah. And if you get licked down, get up. Where you do down there? Get up, man. And stop it balling. And that's how we grow up, right? All right. You have about this much time to cry if you are Jamaican. If you are raised Jamaican, you have about this much time for cry. Them not say cry, no. Them say you have about this much time for cry. Stop it cow balling, man. Because you can't get up and get up every day. That's a ball. What you are going to do about it? That is our modus operandum, our mantra. This is how we operate. You understand? The world knows that. The world knows that. You know, the Bible says God help those who help themselves, right? Well, the world say we are help ourselves. Even in conditions that would make some of them lose their damn minds. Don't act like we haven't seen it happen where people up here so them lose them life savings. You guess what them do? Find the tallest building and chuck off like them can't fly. We've seen it. We've seen it. You see how much people them whole house and everything gone. Them not have no money saved up for even replace anything we're gone. Them just there hold it same way. And them start try figure out. Yes, them might take the care package them. But them might try figure out it at the meantime, you know. And we have to go build back again from scratch. I saw it go alive. And cry a little bit about it. But start build back again. You understand? Stuff that we've been through and constantly go through. Real pressure. Especially those who are from like the lower half of Jamaican society then, if you want to put it that way. We build tough, man. Ford said them build tough. We build tougher than that. That is what is admired around the world. That's what's admired around the world. So Jamaica, I speak to you this morning when I say we're going to be all right. We get licked like a boxer in the ring who never thought he could get hit that hard the first time and take that bow and he's like dazed, right? Yeah, the hurricane come through and it dazed with me. Not lie, that's a hell of a hit that we just took. So a lot of people are dazed. Even right now, some people are dazed. Did y'all know that there is a group of people going around just checking on mental health? And I have the video saved, but I've saved so many videos, and because I forgot to talk about it, I've saved so many more videos on top of it. I know me not have to go dig to find it, but they went into a community, and there's a couple of people lined up in the community. They're going from house to house, or what's left of the houses, and them reach one lady, and the lady said, boy, like she space out like this. She's like, boy, yeah, you know, and she can't find our words. So the person who was doing the interview said, you know, I notice a common thing around here as I'm walking around. I'm noticing that there are people, some of y'all might have seen it, that there, she said, he who's doing the interview said, I noticed that there are quite a few people throughout this community who are just sitting down talking to themselves or walking around talking to themselves and looking up at the sky and stuff like that. And the lady says, yes. Enough of we around here, we're up on the brink of losing it. We lost everything. She said, you know, feel good to wake up. You know, yesterday when we go bed, we didn't have everything, you know. and life did good. And you wake up this morning and everything gone. It's like from one day to the next, you lose every single thing where you own. Car gone, house gone, everything gone. You know, people are stunned. So a lot of people are taking it hard. If that happened in some other place, you see, some of them people there, they'd never recover. They never recover. And the world sees it. The world sees it and they know. Especially, notice where most of your help came from. A lot of help came from the US, yes. But there was so much help that came from Europe. Europe side. They know they're not built like that. They're able to look at you and say, Jesus Christ, if that was me, I'd probably lose my damn mind. And look at them. They're still smiling. I don't even see anything to smile about. They're still smiling. Oh man, they're playing music. They're dancing. Like, do you know how depressed I would be? I would be crying. I would need counseling. The world are watching, you know. And it's not hard to see you now. Call like the Prime Minister say, everybody have video and put it on TV or put it on YouTube or put it on social media. So the world see you. The world is studying you right now. Not even just regular people, the world. There are behavioral scientists who are studying you right now. They're studying you. They're studying your resiliency. Them don't know your lineage already. Keep that in the forefront of your mind. Your lineage, right? Remember what Jamaica was before? Buck-breaking capital. The punishment place. Back in the day when they were out of control, could not be tamed, wild, Nat Turner style. Oh no, we got to send his ass to Jamaica. Yeah, them big old snakes in that sugarcane plantation, that'll get them right. And down there, they have torture techniques. That'll get them right. They know you. They know who you are. They know what blood runs through your veins. They're super impressed by you. May I talk all this because I want Jamaican people keep them spirit lifted. Not just those who are affected by the hurricane, but those who are affected by seeing their family members and friends go through. Because the hurricane never just affect the people them where they are Jamaica. Enough of we are foreign affected too. Because you have to watch your family go through all them something there. And some people not even in a position to really, really help. You know what I'm saying? Some people not in a position to really help. The guilt feeling comes when you there wish part you there right now. You're dry and good and food in the house and everything. But you too up on a level where you don't have the hundreds of thousands figure splash out. Mama house blow down, you know. Nothing, man. We have money long like train that bill back by next week. Most of us don't have it like that. So a lot of people are affected. But the world knows your lineage. Okay, especially the people who are studying like behavioral science and stuff. Them know your lineage. They're like, damn, these people, I guess it is in the DNA. I guess survival instincts could be transferred through DNA. Look at them go. Look at them go. You're impressive. You're impressive. Some Jamaican people, I love you. I love you, I love you. I wouldn't want to be nothing else. I said that already enough time. When I pass away from this life, if on the other side I'm told that you can get a chance to go back, you know, and do it all over again, I swear to you, I guarantee you, I said, Jamaica, please. Jamaica, please. There's even one time where I said, maybe me would have said, but make me rich from birth this time. And I thought about it, and I was like, nah, not make me rich from birth this time. Don't drop me in a abject poverty from the beginning, though, because that's not nice. But give me back the same what I did have from before, because I thought I was rich. I used to think Grandma, Miss Ruby, and Miss Clevie them did rich. That's when I grew up big, we realized that we weren't rich. We just were like normal, middle class. Even some people at town middle class, what I call country middle class, less than middle class kind of thing. but it would rob me of all the experiences and these memories. I got a chance to wipe clean and come back all over again. I want to experience all of that all over again. Yeah, because we're all that. You are all that. Tell yourself, say you are all that. It runs in your veins. You're all that. You just have to remind yourself or be reminded constantly that you are that. You are the people they speak about. You're that. Every bit of it. You. I want to thank all the people too out there who looked at us and said, yo, Jamaica is hurting. We need to go help them. Y'all know that people don't run to help their enemies, right? So we don't have a bag of people where I say, oh, them Jamaicans got hurt, leave their ass, make them suffer. That is not the energy that we carry. That's not the energy we carry. Live on the air with SouFLo, good morning.
Yes, hello, SouFLo.
Manners and respect, friend. Walk on.
You look everybody mentioned. You know, so now listen to you look well now, and a real facts, you know. Mm-hmm. Whereas, even though we up here, so, and we in nice town, we feel, somehow we feeling more than we down there. Because when you look, you have so many family members. Everybody are calling you. And you know, have it to really reach out the way you need to.
Yeah.
Right now, I drive through an ice storm right now, upstate. And me sit down and listen, and trust me, yo, those pimples come over, brother.
Saying.
A serious thing, brother.
Yeah, man.
That hurt.
That hurt a lot of it too. When time we know we're not in that position there, you know, myself even can help on a level where you know your people are gonna be all right. And in a lot of them mind them things that you can too. You know? Even when you explain to them say you can't. Yeah, even when you explain say you can't. That them one here. So we're affected on all levels, bro. Yeah, all levels.
Yeah, man, go and max up yourself still, brother.
Honor respect, bro.
Aye.
All right. Yeah, all levels were affected. But like I said, I want us to remember that we are that. We are that. We'll be all right. We're going to be all right. We're going to build back. One of the most beautiful things I saw, I think I showed you a little video the other morning of people do them drone flyover and stuff and post them on social media. And all of the places that were so badly burnt, like all the greenery gone. If you see how the place are green up back so fast, I'm like, I actually said, Jamaica heals like it's bionic. But I remember when we used to watch show and see Bionic Man, and like if him get cut right there, so you can just watch the cut, just heal back up kind of thing, right? If him broke something, you can him just set it back himself and it does heal back again. I'm like, even the island herself, even the island herself has her own healing mechanisms built in, her own healing capabilities. Like them pick we up, them lick we down, we bounce right back in so many ways. And to see it, I saw so much greenery in one video with them post last night. I was like, wow, before and after. And I'm like, wow, 1 month later, I know 12 months from now, get a 1 year stretch, half of the place probably look like nothing ever happened there. You know, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, it'll be a distant memory. We just have to hold our leaders accountable with this big old piece of money that's coming in and make sure they build back in a more resilient way so that we don't get hit like this again and cry the same cry all over again, right? We also need to remember, though, that other parts of Jamaica haven't been tested yet. Other parts of Jamaica haven't been tested yet. So I won't lie when I say some part of my mental is kind of like, damn, this is scary because now them I tell me about, well, you know, storms like these are usually once in a lifetime, but due to climate change and XYZ, you can look forward to these happening now on a regular basis. Them say lightning hardly ever strike twice in the same place. So now speak nothing into existence is just a what if. And we need to prepare with what if in mind. So yeah, the place them that are damaged need to be fixed back up in a way that if that ever happen again, we don't get the same result. But we need to like galvanize the whole island. I'm not saying everything needs to be done overnight. We need to galvanize the whole island, make sure said next time we get hit, no matter where on the island we get hit, we don't get the same result. You know? Yeah, Roddy's daughter. That was bothering me. What you say? UK tuned in, bro. I seen one oily back boy back in school days get a small cut and man heal up like Wolverine. Thunder. Jamaica is not a real place. LOL. I'm telling you, this is how I know I'm healthy. Because anytime I get cut, they cut them heal fast, especially on my feet. I remember I work in occupational therapy, right? So I've seen people get cut just by like cutting their fingernail or toenail. I had a patient one time where I cut him toenail. And him end up cut him skin in the toenail, cut some flesh with it. He ended up losing the leg. That's how he ended up in OT. And me teaching him how to manipulate that prosthetic leg. First, we had to go through the process of getting him prepared for a prosthetic leg and then getting him into actually using the prosthetic leg, how he should don and doff it or take it off and put it back on and all these other things. That's what I do, right? So when we say stuff like how we heal up fast on them, something there, even in your own physical body, Jamaicans are like, literally pick them up, lick them down, then bounce right back. That's how we are. That's who we are. That's our true self of who we are. You know, when the Prime Minister was saying the other day, because two things can be true at once, you know. You can be somebody who you have things wrong over here, so but you still have some things right over here. So when his Prime Minister was saying the other day that, oh, I'm not like to see the care package them, I go out and see his people running to get care package because that's not who we are or whatever. Okay, we were upset about that, what he said right there. And that is noted. But the other part of what he said though, where him say like, we are this kind of people, we are proud people, we are, him never lie. That's actually what we are. We like that for real. Right? So some of it we never agree with. Some of it was very, very true. We are a proud people. Jamaicans don't really like begging nothing. That's why I'm surprised how this new thing in Jamaica, like when I go there, I see people begging, like, what, make something go on for me, no, give me a thing, no. That was never a thing for us. That was never a thing for us. Them would have rather said to you, say, let me carry the bag them for you, go up there, so. You go up, so? All them bag are yours? All right, me carry the bag them for you, give me a thing. See? It's like we were always willing to work for something. It was never just give me a thing. It was never just give me a thing. But we are like that. We've been like that. In me, which it's not, I've been told by my mom and others that in a healthy people be that way. But that's how we're raised. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo.
Morning, Millie Bob. What going?
What busy?
My day, family. Talk to you now.
I do not trust and do so holding. If somebody giving me the money to rebuild Jamaica, I do not trust them.
You don't trust them with all that money?
No, no.
Yeah, I'm asking for, I'm demanding transparency and accountability. That's the same reason. He's not excluded. Him and everybody else I don't trust.
No, you cannot.
Remember, in a minute, Bob, we have the record to prove it. We have the track record to prove it. A lot of money has been misappropriated over the years, and a lot of things that was supposed to be put in place in Jamaica for the people to benefit from was never done. So we have the track record to prove it. So now when we see 6.7 billion US come in, we have to ask for some level of accountability and some transparency.
Yeah, I was going to say, something disrespect on his Instagram. but to make sure I cannot type. Yeah, man.
Well,
If
we'll
we
play.
don't kick,
Say what?
if we don't kick him out, Jamaica will suffer. I'm telling you, suffer.
But guess
People
what?
need to get sick. People not need to eat.
All right.
And all that.
You know I'm a realistic person, right, Minnie Bob?
Yep.
So this stage of the game, we can't even be talking about kicking him out. The prime minister just won his third term, and this is literally the beginning of his third term. So we can't even think about kicking him out right now. Right now, we have to talk about building and advancing and becoming better under his leadership. That's what we have to talk about right now. We can't spend the next couple of years talking about kicking him out. We have to focus now on what we need to do so all Jamaicans can benefit from. You know? When it gets close to election time again, and we look back at this track record for the next 3 years and 4 years, what that looks like will tell us if now it's time to focus on kicking him out, or if we might even have to jump on his team and start cheering for him if he has done such great things. I'm all about fair chance, and I'm all about seeing results. So if you can show me the results, you've won me over. You've won me over. Yeah.
Also, for one more thing before I leave. Today, I seen son a baby girl from you and your beautiful wife, and I have something to show you on WhatsApp. Can I send it to you?
Yeah, man. Yes. You can.
Okay. It's a nice big van.
All right, Minnie Bob.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna watch him closely. Dorothy T. We're gonna watch him closely. And if he's not thieving nothing, he shouldn't be offended. If you entrusted me with a lot of money and you're like, SouFlo, we'll give this money and you need to do this with it. That's what the crowd who gave us the money wants to be done with it. And you told us that this is what was gonna be done with it, I would say okay. And then if you said, but we're watching you closely, no disrespect, we just want to make sure, say, hold you accountable for everything, I wouldn't have a damn problem with that, because nothing would be in my mind that would say thief the money or slide some to the side when they're not looking or anything like that. It would be about the people's business. You understand? Yeah, so if his heart is pure and it's really about the people's business, then we should see the results of that. We should see the results of that. I'm super happy. I am feeling super good this morning. I wanted to give a shout out though to Guyana, right? Big up to Guyana, among other people who have helped, but Guyana has will immediately be supporting us in Jamaica, and they've taken on the responsibility of replacing 200 roofs of Jamaican communities that are affected by this hurricane. So everybody is pitching in and giving something and giving us some love and giving us some care somewhere along the line, right? Guyana is not only just saying that they're doing it. Guyana will immediately support the rebuilding of Jamaica by helping to replace 200 roofs in Jamaican communities affected by Hurricane Melissa. President Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali announced as he visited some of the hardest hit areas, and he pledged rapid coordinated assistance through the CARICOM mechanism. The president said that the initiative, agreed upon with Prime Minister Andrew Holness and other regional partners, will be launched in the communities that he visited and will see Guyana providing both manpower and the materials to accelerate the reconstruction. When people come at your place and say 200 houses, that's not no small feat. When them say one house, two house here and there, that's a little thing. We're still grateful for it. but that's a little thing. And them said 200 houses. That's a lot. So President Ali described what he saw when he was in Jamaica. And he said, because he touched down in areas that were affected, and he said the widespread destruction that is in Jamaica, one word, it is indescribable. That's Guyana's president. One word he said, it is indescribable. He said not even the best, most extensive media coverage could capture and tell a true tale of the real damage that he saw when he was there. So he has committed to helping in this way. He noted Guyana been in contact with Jamaica since the storm blew past, and was first projected as a major disaster supply critical early phase equipment along with technical and logistical assistance. They were there already. A major shipment of additional supplies, including food, rice, tarpaulins, building materials, flatbeds, all scheduled to arrive and have arrived already from Guyana, with more to come. President Ali emphasized that this expanded support is part of a broader CARICOM effort to ensure families under some form of safe shelter before Christmas season arrives. Remember, the Prime Minister said that's their goal, is to get everybody who's in damaged housing under some livable shelter conditions before the Christmas season gets here. I said that's sound like it could be almost impossible given the magnitude of the damage. And honestly, I still haven't seen a lot of people jumping on the ground working, so I don't know how they're going to pull it off, because today is the 2nd of December. I'm not being doubtful, Thomas. I'm just saying that's a huge feat to accomplish, right? And we're looking, it's the 2nd of December right now. I don't see no massive construction crew out there putting up places in multiple areas and saying, come on, we got to hurry up and get to it because Christmas season is almost here. But Prime Minister Andrew Holness, along with the leader of Guyana, has said that they're working together on this goal, and this is what their goal is, for these families to be, everybody who is affected, to be under a livable condition, roof, enclosure, safety, before. They never said they're going to completely build back the house, everybody's house, but they want to get everybody covered up before the Christmas season start. All eyes are on the money purse, so the thieving will have to be subtle. And we have to pay close attention, Pussy G, because the subtle thieving is what actually works. He also said that a full team from Guyana's defense force, their soldiers, will also be deployed as part of the CARICOM mission. President Ali stressed that the unified response reflects the true purpose of this regional community that they've built. That means when one Caribbean island goes down, you're a part of CARICOM. Everybody else is supposed to rally around you and make sure, say, okay, get you the things you need, take care of your needs on all these things. And that's what he's doing. So we appreciate that from Guyana, along with all the others that we didn't call out. This is just in front of me this morning. So they're at the forefront of it, right? Big up to them. One thing we want to take away with you this morning, we're going to go into other topics, but one thing I want you to take away with you this morning, Jamaica, is how powerful you are and what blood runs through your veins. Whether it's you just going through your personal life, your day to day, you have a business meeting this afternoon, walk in there and hold your head up high and stick your chest out and move as if you own that kind of stuff, because of who you are, because of how you were made, and because of who you come from. You understand? Yeah, we're big and bad like that in our real life. We are that. Saw Mavado said a video of Mavado speaking, and I think y'all might have seen this too because it was done a while back. But he was like, when Jamaicans are in the place, everybody know it. Everybody know it because that's just who we are. You know? When it, he said when Jamaicans, and it's not even like say you walk in and say, "More and take over the room, me are the biggest and the baddest around here." You know what I mean? It's not even that. It's just that when we are present, our presence is always known. It's always felt. Even when we're quiet in the space, our presence is always known and felt. And again, big thanks to everybody that has been helping us along the way. You know what I mean? We can't just say we are doing it by ourselves. So shout out to everybody who's been helping us and everybody who will continue to help us until we completely get back to where we should be in all of this. All right. We had a cream of the crop. S Diva, or that sister who said she was crying in her video and she was like, real tears are running off. She was like, I can't imagine. You know, I woke up this morning, I was thinking that there are people who are not Jamaicans out here. And I feel so sorry for them because I wonder, like, how do they feel like not being a Jamaican? And me laugh so tell. I thought she was crying about something serious will happen. She was like, there are people out here who are actually not Jamaicans. I feel sorry for them because I don't really know like how they even live with themselves, like how they get around like from day to day, you know. We always go overboard too. That was funny as hell. We take over every room where we're walking up. Facts. We take over every room where we're walking up. Anything them let we dominate it. Any door them close power, we kick it off. Yeah, or with Jim Screech, you find out we're going there anyways. Know who we are, yeah? Know who we are. All right. Moving on to the next topic. This is a feel-good topic too, in our way. So Jamaica is now on track to record the lowest murder rate it has in nearly 40 years. No joke thing. I've been wanting to see that number go down forever. And I've said over the years, man, if we could just get below 1,000, you know. So I'm not gonna bite my tongue now or hold my mouth now because it's who is in power. I'm still applauding the feat, right? Not defeat, the feat. I'm still applauding the accomplishment. Prime Minister Dr. Andre Holness has highlighted that Jamaica's significant progress in reducing violent crimes, noting that for the first time in almost 4 decades, almost 40 years, the island could record fewer than 700 murders for the year. Now, of course, we want to see it go lower. Of course, 700 is a lot, but when you're coming from 1,100 and 1,600 and these things, under 1,000 is heading in the right direction. Much less a couple hundreds under 1,000. I mean, see one sit down for years and I said, man, if we could just dip below the 1,000 line, you know, well, it looked like we're about to do it. So Dr. Holness, in his address at the opening ceremony for the newly reconstructed Little London police station in Westmoreland on Friday, November 28th, outlined that the government has invested more than $90 billion in Jamaica's security forces over the past 9 years. As a result of that, he said, the murder rate is now 42% this year. Honestly, I don't buy the shenanigans. He would have to tell me which 90 billion was spent and what it was spent on and how it directly affected the. And again, I'm not being doubting Thomas, but I've been here the whole 9 years. And the murder rate was crazy for all the 9 years. So what was it that you spent 90 billion on that caused the murder rate now to suddenly go below? I'm thinking this year, between the hurricane and whatever else we had going on, you know, police wasn't playing this year. They were killing more than any other year before. And it probably kind of scared some people too. And you know, some people who weren't guilty of something got caught up. Some good suffered for the bad along the way. But they were accomplishing their end goal. And that's why too many people aren't crying about the good ones that suffered along the way. You know, sometimes them say, boy, in war, you know, there are going to be casualties. It's like the US drop a bomb and them say, terrorists, they don't, so we want to kill out the terrorists. Them. But a whole heap of school picnic around here too. We don't know nothing about terrorism, but them will get bombed in the process of right which part the terrorists them there. So collateral damage, right? Right. Along the way, we lost some people who weren't into nothing. But the main goal is what they were sticking to. We're going to bring the murder rate down below 1,000 by the hook or the crook. And here we are. I don't think it's anything specific that was done per se. Maybe like boosting the force with more officers. If you did tell me, say you attracted more officers by giving them better pay and benefit packages that come with being employed in the field. If you tell me, say you equipped them with more technology that is used to fight crime, you know, if you tell me that these kind of things, if those are the things that were done with the $90 billion that is now resulting in the murder rate dropping that low, then that's a good thing. He said as a result of that, the murder rate is now down 42%. 42% is almost 50%. This year, 21% last year, and 7% the year before. So it was a gradual scale down. So now we can, for the first time in over 30, almost 40 years, look for a murder rate that is below 700. The Prime Minister commended the Jamaica Constabulary Force and the Jamaica Defense Force for their unwavering dedication, particularly in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. But not lie, I did my video where I said earlier, the JCF, I give them big props for how they were flexing throughout the hurricane. I saw them out there. I think them would have there them yard, like I protect them own family and their property and stuff like that. But they were out there. They were out there up to even when the hurricane did a blow. And then them run for cover, and then they came right back out. So big up to them for that. There were murder plots that were foiled during that period because some people were under the cover of the hurricane. The heavy rains and winds were going to go commit murders. And there were those who were trying to like violate people's businesses and so on and so forth. And the JCF was there to stop them. So I give them credit for that where credit is due, you know. So for every police officer, every soldier is proud of their institution, proud of the uniform that they wear when they stand in the public square upright, shoulders squared, even in a hurricane. I saw the team from St. James foil a tech seat. He says it right here. I didn't even read this before, but he's probably talking about the same stuff that I was seeing, right? Even in the hurricane, I saw the team from St. James foil attempted robberies during the Hurricane Melissa. They could have decided to stay in the station and lock it in, but our new JCF decided to go out, to be present, to be felt, to serve, to protect. He emphasized, Prime Minister Andrew Holness underscored that the Jamaica's reduction in murder was no incident, no accident. It happened because the government made an investment and gave confidence and support in policy. Yeah, policy. I agree. Send them to Jamaica or send it. That's policy. That was policy, and that the policy they was operating off of. He said, send them to Jamaica. You're going to see your maker, or you're going to see a judge, right? Right. So it wasn't by accident. He bolstered their support, giving them confidence in supporting policy and direction to our security forces. and we are now reaping the benefits, he said. Dr. Holness also emphasized the vital role of the police as a pillar of community support in times of disaster. He said that many of the police stations became the center of activity in the communities that were destroyed. That is where they were getting internet access from, most people. People gathered to get their phones charged. People gathered there for safety. And there is where many of the distribution hubs were stationed as well. The Prime Minister noted that these achievements are grounded in both policy and citizenship support, or citizen support, according to the government, will continue to build resilience and ensure public safety. It is indisputable that you have a far lower murder rate today than you had in the last 30 years. It is indisputable that the JCF stood up as a strong unit, he said. Prime Minister Andrew Holness encouraged Jamaicans to recognize the nation's progress and continue supporting the efforts of these law enforcement officers as they continue to do their work the best they can to keep the place safe and get rid of these people who are willing to take lives frivolously. We will continue to support them, we will continue to invest, and we will continue to make Jamaica a safer place for all its citizens. I want the day to come where Jamaica is as safe for Jamaicans as it is for a tourist. Ooh, that would be so beautiful. I'm going to say it one more time. I want the day to come where my pretty Jamaica is as safe for citizens as it is for tourists. Whenever I see tourists in Jamaica, they're not afraid of nothing, you know. They know they're good. Them go anywhere, anytime. I'm rushing to get inside. I drive through some places. Me see them outside walking, and it's getting late, or it's late. I remember I had we rented a cabin around one place at Orchard there. I forgot the name of the cabin. But to get to that cabin is bare darkness. Like them road didn't have no light. The area dark. It looked scary around there. Damn, if Shakira wasn't doing something over there, some of the Oxar, where the name of the place is. West Enders Inn. West Enders Inn. If y'all ever get a chance to go to West Enders Inn or take your family or your loved one or your lover to this location, just look up West Enders Inn and book a trip. Trust me, it's worth it. It's like a piece of heaven pan Jamaica already, I haven't, but a piece. That's a slice of it. But if you travel around there at nighttime, it's scary as hell. You know, when we get drive around there, I said to myself, because I wasn't driving, I was being led. I was like, I wonder if the man lead me in an ambush. I wonder if gunman are going to stick me up when we reach around there. Because the place look away around there. Just forget there. Now, when the daylight came and we went back out on the road in the day, I was like, damn, this place is beautiful, but we couldn't see it in at nighttime. It had like minimal lighting. But West Enders Inn, round us up. Get you there. Get you there. Around us, I say, white people in the middle of the night, friend, by themselves, one woman on bicycle. Just slow speed, just all nearly lick them down in the road too. Them go bar, them drink, them come in like say them go bar, them drink, them get tipsy, them stumble, them rock and go in, and not a care in the world. That's why I say I want Jamaica to be like that, where all of us feel like so we can go home, go do that, because the standard has been set. Them know say them safe. Them know say if anybody touch one of them, the place turn over. But we don't know that. So we tell each other what? Make sure you're safe, make sure you don't go out after dark, and be anywhere. Don't drink and walk on the road and them something there, make sure you keep your wits about you. You know what I'm saying? It's preferably not to go to certain places because no light around there and it's dark and all. Them, They don't give a damn. Swedish tourists, German tourists, British tourists. I see them around there. May the day come when Jamaica is that safe for all of us Jamaicans. That day that me a wait upon, and it look like we're heading there. And like I've always said, the glass is always half full for me when it comes to Jamaica. I will always remain optimistic because I do believe that we can achieve better. And I think that we will. I think that the day will come when we have achieved better. And these things, we will look back in the past and have conversations. You remember one time when murder rate used to be like 1,000 a year? And some of us are going to be like, we knew a generation, like all my baby with us are born, they'll be big enough to be like, what? Jamaica? 1,000 murders a year? Are you serious? And we are laugh, right? Because we're like, yeah, man, a regular thing that for like 40 years straight. 1,000 a year, I'm better all some year 15, 1,600. And they're like, no, I want those days to come. That's what I see in our future. How many people got killed in Jamaica this year? 9. Wow. 9. I remember when it was 1,500. I believe we can accomplish that. I believe we can accomplish that. But God on time, you know? God on time. And the proper person in leadership to make sure that this happens. Because faith without works is dead, so we can't just be saying God on time. The work have to put in, and we have to have proper leadership. That's why it's important to hold our leaders accountable, because these things are attainable. But we have to have proper leadership in place in order for these things to manifest physically upon the land, right? Pussy G says, we have been saying that the government can control crime for a long time. Yes. Election year. That's another one I forgot. So election year, back up to the hurricane. Those two are big contributors. Next year, starting out fresh, we will get to see with a clean slate if we replicate what this year ends at. Say this year ends below 700. I will applaud. I will be happy as a pig in shit. I will applaud because it's not one of the 1,600 years, 1,500, 14, 13, 12, 1,100. It's not even 1,000 year. It is way below. So if we come in below 700 this year, I will throw a damn party, right? And I will applaud. Let's see what next year brings. If we go lower than that next year, we're onto something. I am a firm believer, though, that I hate to say it, but if you look on Pussy G comment, that's what I was thinking, and we've talked about it before, where, you know, one of them conversations there where we have to win this election now. We have to win this election, so who for road need to patch up, make sure it patch up now. Who never get water, make sure water in them community now, because we can't make them use them thing against we. All right, you see the murder rate, it have to go down. No, this is a down business, dash them way. Yeah, and that urgency for everything when election come around, that was a part of why our murder rate is so low this year. Which simply means they can control the murder rate. They can decrease it, or they can do less and make it skyrocket at their convenience, which is also scary though. It's also scary. But we're gonna see. Next year come, we will see. Moving right along to another story. If no crime next year, we'll pack up our head home. Oh man. You know, that's interesting to say. That's interesting to say, because check it, right? It's not that easy. Me say a woman said, is a woman? Somebody in Canada, yes, it's a woman. She said she's going back to Jamaica right now. She packed all her stuff from Canada. She's heading home. This hurricane proved to her that she needs to be in Jamaica. She has to be in Jamaica to be a part of the rebuilding and all this. And she encouraged everybody who is living overseas to go home right now too. And you know, the first thing that hit my mind was, boy, when you up and ready, people be really throwing word, boy. I mean, I wish her all the best, and I'm happy for her, but a lot of us ain't there, including myself. If you just pick up today and say, Jamaica, where I go? It can't be that. I want a certain type of life in Jamaica when I return to Jamaica. I see it's going to require me accomplishing certain things here and putting my ducks in a row, so to speak, so that when me step back in my place, and it's a permanent step back in my place, I'm not, all right, me never know said this not gonna work, me have to run, go back a foreign again, kind of something. I want one of those kind of, I'm home. Anything happen, me can handle that. But this is base now. See? I know everybody set up themselves like that already and ready to go. So who is, then more power to them. And after them will be us, and so on and so forth. Almost every Jamaican that I know, that is their plan. Their plan is to go back to Jamaica, whether it's to go back now or to go back later. Some people just want to retire there, and some people actually want to left now and go back there while them still young and still have some strength in themselves and can actually enjoy the place. There's another young lady who said she could have stayed in the US for the rest of her life, but she's encouraging others to come home. She made sure she went home. I believe she said she was 32, and she was like, this is the time when you should go home. Don't wait till you're like in your 70s and 80s and you know you can't really move about the place, because she like social life. So in your 30s, you're still able to go out and go places and go to the different stuff that they're having all over. You know, Jamaica always festive, always a concert to go to, always some kind of outing or something to happen. She out and about and everywhere, and she want to live in our island before she get all up, call up and sit down on veranda. Because life I go park you, you know. If you live long enough, life is going to park you. All of us. If you live long enough, life I go park you somewhere. I just, don't you notice that our elders eventually, them just step on the veranda. Them might stretch them foot a little bit, go out and gate and come back, but them just step on the veranda. So life I go park you eventually. But before life park you, she's saying, make sure say you come enjoy the place in its fullness. So you can go here, go there, see places, know things and all these things. Which I agree totally, but we're not all ready to commit 100% to just pack up and go back yet. She's retired, so it's easy. For career people and those with children, more planning is involved. Absolutely. Absolutely. And we have children and this and that responsibility and those committed to their career fields and all kind of stuff like that are going, Charlotte. So yeah, we can't just pack up and left yet. And some of us are still getting educated and earning these degrees that are going to pay off huge later on when we get back to that side of the globe or that side of the map. And in our place can represent well and say, you know, put a foot forward and make things happen. Yeah. I don't know if it's me, but I don't want to go back to Jamaica and just be like, oh, me living at my grandmother's house with them dead and left. And just be, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it, because I would absolutely do it. But that's not the vision I see for myself. You know what I'm saying? If you talk about Jamaica's movers and shakers, the people who make things happen, then you're going to have to put my name in it somewhere. That's where I see myself. Now, there are many different ways to be a part of that, right? And it could be, if you're somebody who is in the medical field, you're thinking, you know, along those lines. It could be somebody who is in education. You're thinking along those lines. It could be somebody who is in tech. You're thinking along those lines. But that's where I see myself. So, you know, I just go back home, go sell orange and chop banana tree down and them kind of something. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think I have so much more to give. And I want to give it in a certain kind of way. And at the same time, I picture myself living a certain kind of life in Jamaica as well. Yeah. I remember, before I get into this Donnelly story, which we're going to do next, I'll share this with you. I come from way up in the hills, right? So everything for we is country, way up in the country. And I remember they were having this school trip, you know, and them used to pack we up on the country bus, them car, we go tourist area and them something there for make we see what. And I remember going on a trip, and the trip was to Ochi. From Clarendon. Now, from Clarendon to Ochi is a long drive, you know, man. So we'd up on bus all day. For me, as a child, it felt like it was forever. And then we got there, and I remember they took us to this hotel, and then them car we got top floor. I told the story before. Top floor is where the dining area was. But it's open, like there are no walls. But then did have these huge bird cages that had just built with net. And the net throw over some very tall trees like a canopy. And these big exotic birds gather in there, and them make all these sounds we never hear before. And a country me come from when we hear all kind of bird. I never see them bird here before I hear them. And you know, I walk through as a little youth, you know, and we line up, you know, school in Jamaica. You have to have discipline, especially them time there. So you know, your neat little uniform and thing, and you walk through. I mean, I walk through, and the whole time my eyes were like, because I'm looking on the people's plate, I'm seeing what they're dining on. I'm like, I never seen no kind of food like that before. That looks strange. We don't know what that. But I hope one day I can eat something like that. So I tell my little self, you know, I mean, I look on the people, them, none of them look like any of us that came on that trip. So obviously, these are like some big foreigner will have money. And in my mind, I went to the land of the rich. But I remember saying to myself when I left that trip, I was like, damn, them have this kind of life in a Jamaica? This is obviously not where I'm from, because we don't see nothing like this at Clarendon, especially up in the hills where I'm from. I said, one day, I'm gonna this. I want this. I want to be able to experience this fine dining in my own country. I don't want their foreign to do it. I want to do it here. I want to be able to live that. Don't me see them I live in a my own country. And it stuck with me up to this very moment right here. So when I say I have a vision for myself and the type of life I desire when I go back to Jamaica, yeah, not true, S-Diva. My first school trip was to Puerto Seco Beach, says Pussy G. That's my first school trip. My first school trip was to a hotel in Negril. And the hotel in Negril was be a tourist in there. And they were all dining, they were all dressed in white, and they were dining, and it looked so surreal to me. I mean, I said, everybody coordinated, and it looked like white. Them time, me just want to look at ignorant country picnic. I think this must be heaven, because this look like heaven. Remember, you know, grandma have one white Jesus on the wall, you know. So the house of me I come out this morning when me left the house there, I want a white man did up on the wall, you know. And me I say, Jesus that car. So then did I tell me? Me little. Me ain't know better. And me go up on this trip and drive, go way out so. And I bear them people let me see what look like the man on the wall. And everybody dressed up in a white again. I don't know if they were having an all-white dinner. Now that I'm grown, I know this. And you hear all the glasses click, clink, clinking, and they're laughing, and you know they're toasting, and you hear the scraping of the plate on the knife and the fork, them a chipping, ching, ching, and everybody is, and I'm soaking in everything. And I'm telling myself, one day, you know, I got there, so I got this stuff. Yeah. So as Diva said, them time they are beer, yam and banana. Beer, yam, and banana we are eat. We never seen none of that something up on them plate. Salmon. We're like, what the hell is that pink thing on the plate? I saw something. Never have salmon before. Linguinis. You know, people that eat just all the regular food that we eat now, you know. But you must understand which part me I come from. and what I was seeing, but it sparked that in me. And I think I owe it to myself to accomplish that. With that said, moving right along. Donaldson's apartment, left the apartment, they said, after she got into a fight with Noel Maitland that night before the morning when Noel called her mom saying that, have you seen Donna? And the mother said, Noel, don't chat no fart. Don't play with me. Where's my daughter? Right. Wait there. And why the fish there? Yeah. But me never know say a fish. You would see stuff like pink stuff on them plate and you say, why, which meat look pink? That look like meat, but why it look pink? Me never know say, we never know about no salmon and none of that. You know, we get fried fish, a piece of escovitch, they might give you or something like that. And fish always come with a head on it. All right. This is the Donaldson story update to the Noel Maitland trial, right? 7-member jury in the murder trial of Constable Noel Maitland on Monday. Today is Tuesday. So yesterday, they heard that Noel gave a statement to the police investigators on July 15th of 2022 in which he said that he tried to end the intimate relationship with Donna Lee Donaldson before she left his Chelsea Manor apartment in St. Andrew for some unknown destination. Noel is still sticking to she left the apartment. This is what's going to sink him. But him can't say she never left, because then that will put him in guilty. He said she was there. Big fight happened. He was trying to break up with her. Noel Maitland's statement, which was read out in court by the investigator who said it was recorded, alleged that Donaldson, after feeling displeased about the outcome of the conversation with Noel about a photograph of his child's mother in his apartment, told him that she was leaving him. I think he went on to say that every time she saw a picture of his child's mother, it would make her angry. So they would often argue about that. And this time he decided to tell her, say he is letting her go and he is fully committing to his child's mother, and she lost it. Donna Lee Donaldson has not been seen since July 12th of 2022. She's presumed dead, and prosecutors are banking on a string of circumstantial evidence to secure a conviction in the case that is being tried in the Home Circuit Court in downtown Kingston. Now, here's the thing. In this case, I say, let's run through all the evidence they have. They have phone evidence from a phone cell tower, right? They have video evidence, phone evidence from a phone cell tower that says her phone was with his phone that never left him. Her phone was with his phone up until the moment she disappeared off the face of the earth and was never seen or heard from again. And her phone disappeared then too. The cell tower stopped picking up all signals from her phone. Signaling, this would be where the phone was destroyed and she was no longer here. Phone disappeared. His phone was there. The phone that never left him. They have video evidence. The video evidence that says you walked into that apartment with her. We only saw you come back out. And never again did we ever see her after she walked in there. That's strong evidence. Okay? These are the evidence that they're calling circumstantial. they have DNA evidence. Blood splatter on 2 different pairs of shoes. Blood splatter on curtain in living room. Blood splatter around at the bedroom. Blood splatter at the front door under the mat. All this blood splatter in all these different places. Blood splatter that was confirmed to be Donnelly Donaldson's blood. That's DNA evidence, right? Them 3 there that they have, I tell everybody this all the time. I say, anyhow, Vibes Cartel, them case did end up like this. And them say, well, SouFlo, them have phone evidence because the cell tower said that's where her phone was, right next to his phone, until it disappeared. I know y'all are gonna, the cartel haters, them are gonna say they did have cell tower evidence. Don't forget what the expert, the forensic expert said about that in that case. And that is why they held it and didn't give it to them until years later. Your constitutional right is that whatever evidence is going to be used against you, your defense team must also be privy to that same piece of evidence. That way, they're able to mount a proper defense, right? Right. We could see why they didn't give it to them, because when it checked out messed up, heavily tampered with. And I put my reputation on it. I staked my reputation on it. He said, heavily tampered with, not just tampered with, heavily tampered with. That was the finding. Anyhow, the Vibes Cartel case did have DNA evidence, video evidence of Lizard walking into that house and not walking back out, blood splatters from him in that house, and evidence of his phone dying in that house. Come walking there with it and then them mash it up after them kill him in there. I would have said, well, you would have never heard me make a free Vibes Cartel video over all those years that I made those Vibes Cartel videos. I say all that to say this. Them convict Vibes Cartel and sent Sean Storm and Madsus and the other brother away. Kahira Jones away. Cairo, big up yourself. They sent them away based on little bit and nothing. In this case right here, that case here is a slam dunk and a half. If Noel don't get convicted in this case, and I know Noel's people probably watch this and they're like, you see that big idiot boy, they're so flow. I understand the emotions, because you don't want nobody talking in a way that is make your family member look incriminating, right? But if all of this and them can't convict him in all of this,
I can't do it.
you can't do it.
In the shows.
If them not convict him in all of this, man, and I'm waiting to hear how much they're going to give him as well. How are you over the fashion show? Eh? How this gonna be?
Behind the foot.
Really back foot. How is this?
Something like that.
Babe, this can't lock.
You're supposed to go at the back. You exit at the back.
Yeah, I know, but it can't lock. I'm being interrupted again. Right. So if all of this them have and them can't convict Noel, then obviously we will all know, say, this is a cover-up. Young girl, wear your socks. You don't know that song.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know that song. Stitch yourself, you wear your size.
Alright, you don't have to do all of that. Just,
You don't want that done?
no, because the pants will cover it anyways.
Okay. All right, so definitely I'm dressing Shakira.
Yeah.
I have one leg up in the ear. I'm being tempted to do stuff that that one you go and way easier.
The cancos are
True.
forming.
I understand the matrix now.
The cancos are forming, so.
That are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like the snake ate something.
This is the last one. Mommy, to use it in your food.
She has something else. Wait, I just say, I know that's your sister. Oh, yeah. It can't lock. Oh, man. You hear me? I sing Lieutenant Stitchy old song. Young girl, wear your size. If you don't take Stitchy advice, girl, then you would have get. Anyway, back to this. They have a whole lot of evidence against Noel Maitland. This is a slam dunk case. I don't see him winning this case anyway. But according to him, well, she was last seen at the Chelsea Manor apartment complex. And in that statement, Maitland said that he and Donnelly had an on-again, off-again relationship since 2019. He claims that he was never her continuous man for all those years. Him just used to deal with it on and off every now and then kind of thing since 2019. Remember, she passed in 2022, or she disappeared in 2022. So 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022 is 4 years. Donnelly went missing at 24 years old. So that means say he would have been dealing with her since she was 20, right? In a statement, Noel Maitland said that he and Donnelly Donaldson were in an on-again, off-again relationship since 2019. And he also said that he was still immediately involved with his child's mother, Jayden Smith, who was a district constable as well, not a police officer, while he was dealing with Donnelly. Donnelly Donaldson is my girlfriend. She's 24 years old. She lives with her mother and brother. I have known her since 2019. This is his statement. Donnelly Donaldson is my girlfriend. She is 24 years old. She lives with her mother and brother. I have known her since 2019. We had an on-again, off-again relationship. During the relationship, I was also involved with Jayden Smith. We share a child, the police constable said in a statement that was played loud in the court. Donnelly was aware of this, but she continued with the relationship. I drove my BMW to Donnelly's house when I picked her up on July 11th of 2022, and she spent the night at my house. She was wearing a black romper. She was wearing slippers, but I can't remember the color. She also had a yellow handbag. We arrived at my house. We talked for a while before retiring to bed. Maitland said in a statement that between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. on July 12th, he got up and he prepared breakfast. Then she saw a picture of Catania on the wall and she was not pleased with it. It's not the first time that she had seen it. He's trying to say she see the picture before and tell him to take it down and him never take it down. She always told me to take it down. I told her that I would not take it down. I told her that I could not shun her because she has a child for me and I could not leave her out of my life. She asked me if I was choosing Catania over her. I told her, I said I could not continue the relationship because I could not shun her with my child. So this is where he told Donnelly that, you know what, I'm going to have to end the relationship with you. I'm going to have to end the relationship with you because I can't not have pictures of her up in my house. I can't shun her like that because she's the mother of my child. The court then heard that Maitland told investigators that he and Donnelly, they continued to talk about the situation until he started to ignore her because she just kept on going on about it and him just fall asleep. He said he was awakened by her sometime in the afternoon now, and that she told him she was leaving. And him said, all right, go on. And she left. Maitland said he heard the ice cream vendor outside and went to get some ice cream. I went back into the apartment around 7 p.m. that same evening. I tried calling her phone and I got the voicemail. Wait there. So you did go outside to get ice cream and you never come back in till 7 o'clock, 7:30 p.m. But you went out to get ice cream in the afternoon after she left. I went back to the apartment about 7:30 p.m. the same evening. I tried calling her phone. I got voicemail. I messaged her through WhatsApp. I got no response. I guess she was still upset. That's how she behaves when she is upset. The following day now, Wednesday, July 13th, I called her mother. And her mother told me that she had not heard from her either. I called her brother. And he said he was at work at the moment. I contacted a friend of hers. And the friend said she had not heard from her in a while. Noel Maitland said he also spoke to a neighbor who allegedly told him that he, the neighbor, saw Donnelly standing on the steps, but she never saw where she turned after that. After the police investigators finished reading the statement, a detective inspector took the stand and he said that in July of 2022, he was placed in charge of the investigations into Donnelly Donaldson's disappearance. It was right then that the matter was adjourned. They will have Tuesday and Wednesday off, and they will be back in court on Thursday when the jury is expected to be shown a controversial settee that is believed to be crucial to this case. Attorneys representing Noel Maitland are King's Counsel Larry Smith, Chadwick Berry, Christopher Townsend, and Sanjay Smith, and Cassian Kennedy Sherman. He has 5 attorneys representing him. Well, you know what them say about when 5 attorneys come together, kind of hard to not beat that case. But I'm sticking to what I believe. And if I know Jamaica, well, I'm not going to say I know Jamaica, but I'm hoping that Jamaica justice system, no matter with the corruption part when it comes to this, phone evidence, video evidence, DNA evidence, Ross, eyewitness evidence. And the eyewitness evidence corroborates timing and other evidence. In money tall, either in money tall or in family put together some money and have him have good lawyers. You know, in money tall, well, they said that he was into music and entertainment and a lot of braffing and flossing and stuff. So it is quietly kept that he was involved in other things. I don't want people sue me, so I'm not going to say he was, like me know say him was. But, you know, this, let's say the streets were saying that he was involved in other things. You know, he was a music producer as well, right? And they said that he was also connected to the underworld. Take that however you want, take it. So, I don't know if that's where money come from, or maybe his dad and mom are well-off people, or he has a sister or a brother who has a lot of money. But whichever way it may be, he has 5 attorneys representing him. He's trying his damnedest to beat this. Don't think he's going to beat it, though. But may justice be served for Donnelly. What you say? As a police officer, how can he afford the services of 5 attorneys? That's a good question, Penals 1, 2, 3. That's a very good question. How can he afford the services of 5 attorneys at once? There's a lot of people out here who can't afford 1 attorney. There's a lot of people out here who have money, like them not the richest, but them have a little piece of money put on and them can't afford 5 attorneys. He has 5 attorneys representing him. Super interesting. We have 2 more pieces of information to go through, and then we're going to call it the day. And I'm going to run through them quickly for you, right? We hope, pray, wish, fingers crossed, that Donaldson, some justice is served. I'm still sticking to my theory of my narrative of what I think happened. They went into that apartment, them getting a fight in there. It's suspicious how he went to pick Donnelly up because of how her mom said she was just there chilling on the couch, laying down on head on her lap. She and Donna they are reasoning to watch something on the TV. And burp, our phone go off and it was Noel. And the mom can see her phone because her daughter is laying her head on her lap. And she opened the phone in front of our mother so our mother could have seen it. And she said, Donnelly, just jump up and take it. And them start conversate, and next thing you know, they started conversing, and next thing you know, he was there in a jiffy to pick her up, and she left in like a hurry. And the mom said she felt something in her gut saying, you know, hold her, don't make her leave. I'm telling you, man, a mother's gut knows. But she said, you know, she have to loosen the reins on her. She's 24 years old. She can't hold her there as much as she would have liked to hold her. It's not like she's 16 and she can say, you can't be leaving and coming back under my roof anytime you feel like it, you know. They share the same place. You know, she's an adult. So she tell Mommy, take care of the dog for me. I soon come back. She said she soon come back. She had every intention to come back. She walk her dog daily. The time to walk her dog was coming up soon. She called after she reached over there and tell mommy to walk the dog for her. Because, you know, she not going to make it back to walk the dog. But she'll come back later. Last time she heard from her. Why did he come pick her up in a hurry? And she looked like she didn't even know why she get picked up in a hurry. Her mom said she was just that type though. If him call and say, let's go, she ready to go. I think he used that to his advantage. Me don't know why him end up doing it, but it's obvious. They went to that apartment. Something went down in that apartment. Him probably beat her and strangled her in that apartment. Maybe hit her over her head with something. She was bleeding for sure. He didn't have any defensive wounds on him. None that. And these are all the things, you know, that when investigating a crime in Jamaica, they like, let's slip through the cracks, right? Because what if she was fighting for her life in there and him chest scratch up or some skin tear off him from shop? Did they immediately bring him in for questioning as number one suspect because his place was where she was last seen? No. So he had time to cover up, time to clean up, but him clean up and couldn't clean up 100%. She walked into that apartment, something happened. I wonder if the autopsy came back that said she was not pregnant. So for those of you who are saying, I feel like she did pregnant and she tell him, say, no, she'll keep it. So you have 2 baby mother now. And he's like, you know, something never want no baby wherever and end up kill her. They said she was not pregnant. Would he just kill her so just because she's getting in the way of him and his child's mother? I mean, if me have a side chick and she know about my wife, I mean decide to say, you know what, there come a time that I have to choose. This was a mistake. I talk like side man now. This was a mistake. You know, honestly, I think I was falling in love with you and all that, but and I'm sorry if this hurt you, but I gotta go. You know, I can't like mash up my family for this. I'm sorry. Even if it came to that, did she retaliate viciously, running at the kitchen and grab a knife or something? You hurt my feelings now, I'm gonna kill you, and him end up stab she with it. Or, I don't know. Something happened in that house where she didn't walk out of the house, the apartment. She didn't walk out of the apartment. And I'm still sticking to whatever happened in there, Donnelly died in that apartment. She was killed in that apartment. She was murdered in that apartment. She was placed in the couch. And that's how they were able to bring her out. Because they also said all the video footage that they've been looking through, combing through, they didn't see him move anything large enough out of that apartment for them to say a body could be inside of that. So I'm thinking the only other way was in the couch. And that couch is what they will be talking about Thursday in court. That means Friday, we should have a printout of what was said once the couch was presented. Remember, I know, the car wash attendee said when the couch come, the couch full of blood. And the amount of blood we are out of the couch, it looked like blood like sand grain. Also asked him what happened. Him say him cousin cut him hand. Car wash attendee said he must be dead. Because the amount of blood we would have lose. And they took the hose from her and hosed down the couch themselves and sent somebody for cleaning agents, and they came back with the cleaning agent. I forget if it was bleach or something else, and poured it all over the couch and hosed down the couch with a power hose, and then they left it there out in the sun, and everybody closed up the car wash and left. And when they came back to work the next morning, she said the couch was still there. Sun come up, the couch still there. But she said she noticed that the couch was full of flies. Flies that swarmed the couch the next morning. And then they came back and picked the couch up. That couch will be in court tomorrow or Thursday. Yeah. So we'll pick up there and we'll keep you up to date, abreast with that information. TSA for you travelers. TSA has now introduced a new $45 fee option for travelers without real ID that is supposed to start February 1st of 2026. Where you said to hire that much lawyer screams he has a lot to hide. Where you say, I wonder if he was cheating on him. She was cheating on him, not saying him have the rights to hurt her. I was thinking something along those lines too, before we get into the TSA thing. Because, you know, I always tell men this, right? I said, if you are with a woman that you call your side chick and she's aware of your main woman, that woman has a man on the side of her own too. Whether it's a side man, next side man, or somebody temporary to fill space or something. Because the first thing, the alleged couch, thank you, Lulu Ridges, the alleged couch. The couch that is in the center of all this, allegedly. I always say to men, like, if you have a woman and she knows about your main woman, she have a man too. Because no woman is going to make herself solely available to a man who she knows has a woman that he's already with. But some of them man here, you know, then we have the woman, and then them will drape up the side woman, you know, and tell the side woman, say, you can't have nobody, and me, alone for in your life. And she's like, but you have somebody. So when time Valentine's Day come out, you know, exchange pleasantries and wrap up in a bed making love and rose petals everywhere. When me get, when you go on a bed at night time and you have somebody for cozy up next to, I'm supposed to just go lay down in my bed by myself and wait for you till she free you up. You know what I'm saying? And some of these men are crazy as hell. They actually believe that a woman is supposed to go wait upon them because they have somebody else. So you must understand, says you and her and me. And wait for me till me call you. For all the men who live like that, just know that she share it too with somebody else too. That's why them think they're not healthy. Bun for bun. Well, it's a bun for bun. At this point, yeah. Unfair game played twice. You cheating on wifey, your side chick cheating on you too. Okay? Or the other way around. But I saw it go. Anyway, let's run through the TSA thing. This is a FYI because some of you might be getting on a plane tomorrow, this weekend, next week, early, sometime soon. So it's important for you to know this. All right? TSA has now introduced a $45 fee. That's a fee option for travelers without real ID. Let me run you through this article real quick. And this is taken from the www.tsa.gov. It's a government site. The agency will refer passengers to the fee-based TSA confirm.id payment option if they do not present a valid, acceptable ID at checkpoints. This was released Monday, December 1st of 2025. The Transportation Security Administration, or TSA, announced that it will refer all passengers who do not present a acceptable form of ID and still want to fly. They will present an option for you to pay a $45 fee to use a modernized alternative identity identification system. TSA has confirmed. It's called the TSA Confirm.ID to establish identity at security checkpoints beginning on February 1st of 2026. Travelers will be able to pay $45 to use TSA Confirm.ID for a 10-day travel period. TSA urges travelers who do not have a real ID to schedule an appointment at their local DMV to update your ID as soon as possible. So a whole heap of are going to be taking trips soon, going someplace soon. This applies to you. This also applies to me. This also applies to Shakira. This also applies to anybody who's on the move. Now, here are acceptable forms of ID. Real ID, complaint, driver's license, or other state photo ID cards issued by the Department of Motor Vehicles or equivalent. If you're not sure if your ID complies with the real ID, check with your State Department of Motor Vehicles. Just get on them website and check. A temporary driver's license is not acceptable, and it's not an acceptable form of ID. State-issued enhanced driver's license, EDL, or enhanced ID, EID. U.S. passport, U.S. passport card, the Department of Homeland Security Trusted Traveler Card or Global Entry Card, Nexus Card, Sentry or Fast Card it's called, U.S. Department of Defense ID, including IDs that were issued to dependents, Permanent Resident Card, Border Crossing Card, an acceptable photo ID issued by federally recognized tribal nation Indian tribe, including enhanced tribal cards, a HSPD 12 PIV card, we don't know where that is, foreign government issued passport, Canadian provincial driver's license or Indian and Northern Affairs Canada card, transportation worker identification card credentials, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services Employment Authorization Card or a I-766, U.S. Merchant Mariner credential, Veterans Health Identification Card, a VHIC. All travelers without an acceptable ID, including those who present a non-real ID, compliant state driver's license or ID, will be referred to the optional TSA Confirm.ID process for identity verification upon TSA check-in and prior to entering the security line. So if you don't want to wait in a long line when you get to the airport, get this taken care of. Because before you even get in the security line, this is what's going to be required of you, that you show up with qualified ID. This process will differ airport to airport, and TSA is working with private industry to proactively offer online payment options prior to the arrival at the airport. The Real ID law was signed more than 20 years ago, but previous presidential administrations just did not properly implement it. Under Donald Trump's leadership, however, the law was finally implemented and is being enforced by Secretary Kristi Noem as of May 7th of 2025. The deadline is February, it said February 1st of 2026. So everybody who's been traveling since we first heard about this, you're good up until February 1st of 2026. Currently, it says, though, that more than 94% of passengers already have already used their real ID or other acceptable forms of identification. TSA expects increased wait times for passengers who do not provide an acceptable ID. Identity verification is essential for traveler safety because it keeps terrorists, criminals, illegal aliens out of the skies and other domestic transportation systems such as rail, said senior officials performing the duties of Deputy Administrator for TSA Adam Stahl. The vast majority of travelers present acceptable identification like real IDs and passports, but we must ensure that every single person who flies is who they say they are. So beginning February 1st of 2026, travelers who do not present an acceptable form of ID at the security checkpoint and still want to fly, they can pay a $45 fee and undergo the TSA firm.id process. This fee ensures the cost to cover verifications of one's identity to a sufficient ID level, and it will come from the traveler, not the taxpayer. The security of the traveling public is our top priority, so we urge all travelers to get a real ID or other acceptable forms of ID as soon as possible to avoid delays and potentially to avoid missing your flight altogether. TSA is urging all travelers who do not have a real ID to pay the fees online before traveling, so you are not delayed at the airport. Your flight will not be waiting on you. For passengers who arrive at the airport without paying the fee, information about how to pay for the TSA confirm.id option will be available at marked locations at or near the checkpoint in most airports. Travelers who undergo TSA confirm.id processing at the airport, they should expect delays, and in some airports, you should expect extensive delays, which in some cases could result in you missing your flight altogether. Just a PSA for those of you out there who are not on track, you don't have your real ID or one of the acceptable forms of ID, just go to tsa.gov and update yourself on the information if you want to hear or read that for yourself all over again. Our last topic for the morning, we're not going to stay long on it. This should be no more than 5 minutes. And it is the police officers telling us from Manchester, Jamaica, that the search is still on for Jayden Smith, the missing child that went missing right before the hurricane and has never been heard from again since. The one that everybody is looking at his family members side-eyed like they did something to him. When I remember Jayden, well, head of Manchester Police Division Superintendent Kerry Duncan says that the police remains vigilant and active in their search for missing schoolboy Jayden Smith. Contacted by the Gleaner for an update on Monday, he said that the investigation is alive and well as efforts continue to be put out to locate the 12-year-old. We continue to work earnestly to bring closure to the matter. However, we are yet to get any fulsome results, but the police will continue its efforts regardless. Several residents have expressed concerns that public attention surrounding Jayden Smith's disappearance has waned. Nobody is even talking about him anymore, especially following the passage of Hurricane Melissa, which devastated several parishes. Some people believe that the disaster has inadvertently diminished interest in finding Jayden. Everybody is preoccupied now with building back from the hurricane, repair them roof or them house or something. Media have bigger story to cover. Nobody is paying attention anymore. Smith, who hails from Wales District in Manchester, was last seen Friday, September 26th of 2025 in Mandeville after leaving school. As news of his disappearance spread, multiple searches were launched across the parish, but all have so far turned up empty. The Manchester police launched an official investigation shortly after he was reported missing, but the case remains unsolved. He has not been seen or heard from since. If you know anything about Jayden Smith's disappearance, you are asked to contact your local police in Jamaica and say what it is that you do know. I would like to say, but do I believe what I'm about to say? I would like to say I hope that he is still alive, keeping fingers crossed that he will somehow show up one day. But at this stage of the game, I am more convinced that Jayden is definitely not alive. He's not alive. Remember, his mom said she feel it in her womb. She said Jayden dead. And a lot of people beat her up on social media. You know, say, probably she killed the little boy. I probably she kill him, you know. Because what she did, I talk about him dead. How she know say him dead? Put everything she said into context. She said, me feel it in my womb. Remember, say, she carry him, you know. And I'm telling you that a mother's womb knows. I learned that. So if a mother says she feel it in her womb and he's no longer with us, I believe that. Sad. Sad, sad. Something came on social media yesterday about a 14-year-old kid who perished in a car accident. Had the same name, Jayden Smith. So people in the comments were asking if this is the same person. Nah, it's not the same person. It's not the same person. Jayden Smith has not been found. All right. All this time I thought it was only for persons who are traveling within the state and not overseas. You better go check before you try to go overseas and you don't have your papers right and end up going through a long process that ends up with you missing a flight and all this other stuff. Just to be on the safe side. All right, listen. We're going to call it quits right here, right? We'll not call it quits. We're just ending the live for today. So, like my grandmother, Miss Ruby, said, be good. If you can't be good, be careful. But it's best to be good. And like my grandfather, Mas Cleavy, said, I will see you tomorrow if God spare life. Knowing that you are not God and you don't hold those powers, you can't even promise yourself tomorrow, much less to give tomorrow to anybody else. So, it is only if you are in the Creator's plans to be here tomorrow that you will see tomorrow. Pray that you are. See you tomorrow if God spare life. Walk good. I'm out. Peace.